First, the headlines from today on this Labor Day. There are concerns that workers' rights are being stripped away.
Those worries at the center of around 24 protests today all across the state. Our Jenna Webster went to the State House where the theme was workers over billionaires.
Several hundred Hoosiers took to the sidewalk outside the State House protesting a myriad of different issues today. We even saw one woman with a sign, "Too many issues, not enough poster."
Stand up! Fight back! Stand up! Fight back!
Fight back and resist were common themes of this Labor Day protest. No speeches, just signs, marching, and chanting.
This is what democracy looks like.
It's part of a nationwide event focusing on workers over billionaires on Labor Day. Many of the protesters expressing frustration with the Trump administration and its policies. One woman with the American Federation of Government Employees Union came to the protests to represent the working class, a group she wants to see more investment in.
And we do deserve to be treated with dignity, with respect, with appreciation. We're stewards of taxpayer money. That's our job. We do what we can for the people. There's no waste at all where I work, none. And I don't think that we deserve to be slandered at all.
Now, while this protest was on Labor Day, Indy Resists, which helped organize this rally, also hosts a weekly peace rally in Greenfield on Saturdays. They say they're actually trying to expand and do more weekly peace rallies around the state. In Indianapolis, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
It is already busy here at Miami International. On the other side of the camera, what you can't see is there is already an almost 25-minute wait at the security line that's closest to us. TSA projecting to screen roughly 17.4 million passengers for the entire Labor Day stretch. That is from last Thursday until Wednesday of this week. And so we are seeing those numbers, but we are also seeing some delays. We saw the weekend got off to a little bit of a bumpy start. We saw severe weather impacting flights in Texas, across the plains, in Florida. We saw ground stops, cancellations, delays as a result of various airports in Texas and in Florida. And of course, we saw the ripple effect that caused. But then on Thursday, this whole travel period got off to a bit of a bumpy start because we saw in that SkyWest flight to Austin that left 2 passengers hospitalized as a result of severe turbulence, ground stops at Newark International Airport. But here's the bit of good news. Travel prices, the lowest we have seen in years. Prices at the pump, lowest since we've seen since 2021. Hotel tickets, we see round-trip tickets at the lowest prices. So probably a big factor in why we are seeing the numbers that we are.
So that's air travel, but we know a lot of you are out and about trying to get back to home from wherever you were. I was traveling early this morning, no problems traveling from northern Indiana. I mean, it was like, there was nobody on the road, but that changed this afternoon.
It did change, yeah. When I came in this afternoon, it was like a work day. Everybody was out and about, so I'm not sure what was happening. What's it like now, Lindsay?
Yeah, I think everyone waited to hit the road, and we actually have a couple crashes that are going on some of our local interstates, so I want to hit on those, and then we'll talk about this awesome weather. Some changes that we might have here in the near future. First and foremost, there is a crash blocking a couple travel lanes here. This is near downtown, I-65 southbound, right past that Westry exit as you're approaching the north split on 65 southbound. Looks like we got those 2, at least that one left travel lane, perhaps even that secondary left travel lane that's currently blocked, and that's creating some slowdowns coming into the downtown area. Secondary crash in the collector lanes. This is I-65 and I-70 where they meet up on the near east side of downtown. Crashed just up the way near that Fletcher Avenue on and off ramp system, so we're seeing some pretty slow traffic and what could possibly be a busy area in general at this time of day. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you on the near east side of downtown, those collector lanes. In the meantime, temperatures are approaching the low 80s as we go through the next couple of hours. That's where I anticipate we will end up. 81 in the meantime here in Indy. It is 80 in Shelbyville and 81 in Columbus. Over the next several hours and as we head into your evening tonight, temperatures trend back through the 70s. We're going to keep the sky clear as we fall back eventually into the 50s during the overnight. But looking ahead, we're actually going to see pretty seasonal temperatures here for the first few days of September, even through Wednesday. Looking at a high of around 82 as we still sit on the warm side of an incoming cold front. And it's going to be a game changer, but it will be brief. So if you're not quite ready for fall weather just yet, Thursday, not going to be your day. 68 for a forecast high, but then we're going to bump back up to 74. There will be a stretch here of some cooler temperatures that takes us at least through the middle part of next week before we start to see those numbers becoming more moderate, trending back upward and more seasonal. We'll talk more about some rain and even some thunder chances along with that cold front Wednesday night into Thursday in your full forecast.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Now to other news making headlines today. A pedestrian is dead after a crash on the southeast side. This happened near County Line Road around 1 a.m. on Sunday. Metro Police found a person hit by a car there and were told that victim died at the scene. At this time, investigators have yet to release details about the victim or even a possible suspect.
Well, a heads up for drivers this week. Indigo is starting construction on the Blue Line. That's that 24-mile project connecting the airport on the west side to Cumberland on the east side. And it's primarily along Washington Street and I-70. So here's what you need to know. The first impact to drivers starts tomorrow on the west side. Washington Street will be closed from Belmont Avenue to Harding Street. That'll last about 6 months. One lane will be open for access to homes and businesses there. The intersection of Washington Street and Sherman Drive will also close tomorrow. That is on the east side. It's slated to reopen in 2 weeks. All of this is for work on utilities and sewer lines. All right, some tough news for the IU Hoosiers today. We learned that IU safety Bryson Bonds is out for the season.
That's after he injured his knee in the team's season opener over the weekend. That's where IU did beat Old Dominion 27-14 at Memorial Stadium on Saturday. And today with the media, head coach Curt Cignetti said, yes, a win's a win, but he still says it should have been by a much wider margin. He believes his offense left 35 points out there with 6 possessions in the red zone.
Last year we led the country in red area touchdown percentage. So, but we got to get better. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. Got to get better now.
The coach also said the team missing the arrival of the Hoosier Bison mascot, but he says they could hear the crowd react, and he called that spectacular. So the Hoosiers are back at it. They're hosting Kennesaw State this Saturday at Memorial Stadium at noon.
You got a little tangled up there, but it was pretty spectacular, right?
I think it caught everybody by surprise.
Oh, I'm sure. Just flying in.
Yeah, to do it is one thing, and then to do it as a mascot with all that, you know, apparatus and everything was another. I mean, just really cool.
Phenomenal. Yeah, for sure. Okay, are you feeling lucky? Well, you might want to head out and get a Powerball ticket.
Maybe this will be what you need to hear, that the jackpot is now worth more than $1 billion with a B, and the drawing is just in 7 hours at 11 o'clock.
So we're saying you still have time to get that ticket. Our Allison Gormley is live at Garfield Park at a lottery hotspot. So Allison, are you taking orders for us too?
I will happily take orders. I just want to let you know, though, as your consumer reporter, I feel like I have to charge you a commission. Not a huge one, just maybe 10% on that whopping $1.1 billion prize. So I came down to the dinner bell with my whopping $4, and I'm going to buy 2 Powerball tickets from Crystal over here, and we'll trade off on it. So I would show you my numbers, but, you know, I don't want to give it all away, because wouldn't it be ironic that on Labor Day, we or anyone else didn't have to labor ever again? Now, while the big prize is worth $1.1 billion, if you decide to take the one-time payment, expect that number to be cut in half, just shy of $500 million. But I'm sure you could still figure out some things to do. With that being said, Uncle Sam will swoop in and take his portion, and that's what we'll go over at 5 o'clock.
All right, thanks so much, Allison. We were wondering whether or not you'd be up for buying us a ticket or not, but now I understand that there is a commission in effect.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, a small commission.
She's a
10%
thinker.
for your closest friends and family.
Yeah, we'll negotiate during the commercial break. All right, Allison, we'll check back in a little bit.